Among the 10 bodies built by Vignale on the Fiat Rouge chassis, one car in particular stands out for its eclecticism, the one nicknamed Demon Rouge. When Fiat decided to abandon the production of the 8V Berlinetta Sport, the remaining chassis were sold to the Turin and Milan coach builders, and they produced Gran Turismo and racing cars. Chassis number 72 was produced in April 1954 at the Fiat Lingotto factory in Turin and was subsequently delivered to the Vignale body shop in Turin. At this body shop, Giovanni Michelotti had been responsible for all the design projects since 1949. On the Fiat Rouge chassis, Vignale had already built 4 bodies between 1953 and 1954, and he would build 4 in 1955 and 2 in 1956, naturally all designed by Michelotti. The drawing of the Demon Rouge took shape in November 1954. Since I catalogued the Michelotti's archive a few years ago, I had the rare opportunity to study these cars. The legend says that one evening, after an heated argument with his wife, Michelotti locked himself in the study with 2 salami sandwiches, a bottle of whiskey and a carton of cigarettes. Here, he spent the night drawing frantically, and in the morning, after having smoked about 100 cigarettes, he traced the 1 to 10 scales shape plan of the Demon Rouge. As evocative as the legend may be, it's impressive, but it recalls the way of working and above all of drawing of Giovanni Michelotti, who was used to immediately translating his ideas into paper, whether it was a newspaper clipping, a paper napkin, or a notebook. However, the drawing prepared in November 1954 was almost the definitive, and the 1 to 10 wooden scale model were also prepared. In March 1955, the final design was approved, and the construction began at the body shop in parallel with the car with chassis number 66, a special competition Berlinetta, which would take part in the Mille Miglia soon. Both cars would still have been presented at the Turin Motor Show at the end of April. For Vignale, it was not unusual to build 2 bodies in such a short time, around 40 days. In those days, the work in the body shop was completely different than today. Sheet metal was beaten on wooden models, working hours were extended until late in the evening almost daily. The work was also done on Saturdays and often even on Sunday morning if necessary. Furthermore, Alfredo Vignale with his brother Guglielmo, who was a very skilled painter, and also the other relatives, could supply for any need in the workshop on demand. The 37th Turin Motor Show was inaugurated on Thursday, 20 April 1955, in the presence of the President of the Italian Republic, Luigi Einaudi, accompanied by a car by the Mayor of Turin, Amedeo Peyron. The Fiat Rouge chassis number 66 was positioned in the center of the Vignale stand, but it only remained for 2 days, as the owner, Mario Bonacina, withdrew it to be able to register the car and enter it in the Mille Miglia the following week. So, on Saturday morning, the Demon Rouge, nicknamed France because it was the foreign language Michelotti knew, took its place in the center of the stand. The Demon Rouge is a Berlinetta with 2.5 volumes. The very low beltline gives a good idea of a powerful and fast car. It is in fact a sport Gran Turismo suitable for quick transfers. The long bonnet that lowers onto the sport grille with double headlights, a typical element of the Michelotti style, is enhanced by a double chrome molding that originates from the air intake, which is equipped with a grille, another typical style element of Michelotti. Ideally, the chrome molding continues behind on the trunk, becoming triple. The position lights embedded in the body of the car are another typical style element of Michelotti. A single chrome molding runs along the entire sides and ends on the rear mudguard, embellishing the fin-like tail, which had been simplified between the first and the second drawing. The truncated negative dihedral rear increased the dramatic effect of the car's body, and thus the door shape towards the rear, which also serves to ensure more convenient access, another typical element of his style. But the most interesting and imaginative part is undoubtedly the pavilion. As was fashionable in that year, a carved panoramic windshield was adopted, clearly American style inspired, protected by a thin eyelid. This, instead of being strengthened by a solid metal frame, is combined with a very light plexiglass roof which connects at the bottom with windows which are also curved. Between the roof and the window there is only a light frame that supports a tubular mold in which the directional lights are incorporated, and this is another typical element of the Michelotti style. At the rear window is curved but perpendicular to the body of the car. The rear structure of the roof, strongly marked and elongated like a big lip, was created with three main purposes: to strengthen the structure of the pavilion and therefore guarantee the homologation of the car, to prevent the rear window, which doesn't have a windscreen wiper, from filling with rain, and to create a sufficient ground effect at speed by discharging the airflow onto the tail, tapered downwards for the same reason. During the motor show, the Demo Rouge was very loved by the public and by various personalities such as movie stars and sport champions. After the show, the car was purchased by Dr. Aldo Luino, a pneumologist at the Gradenigo Hospital of Turin and factory doctor at the Vignale workshop, who had already bought a Fiat 1100N Berlinetta from Vignale 2 years before. In reality, he only paid for the chassis and not for the bodywork, because Vignale still had to pay him a lot of overdue invoices. In September 1955, Luino decided to enroll the car in the Campione d'Italia Elegance Concours. The tourist town located on the coast of the Lake of Lugano was known both for its casino and for being the location of several medical meetings.
A Campione d'Italia gareggia di eleganza uno stupendo campionario di carrozzerie. Parasoli temperano l'irrompere dei raggi nella gran luce.
At the concourse, the Demo Rouge was awarded with the Campione d'Italia Cup for having qualified first in the two-seater closed one-off cars category. During 1956, Dr. Luino sold the car. Since then, this car has changed hands several times until it was purchased by Evert Louwman, a Dutch collector who, after having it admired around the world at a numero elegance concours and exhibition, he exhibited in his museum in Den Haag in the Netherlands. The Demo Rouge is still considered a masterpiece of the Italian design today. Many thanks for watching, please subscribe and share this video.